A lovely day in St Kilda. Admittedly, it's a bit windy, but then again, it's not summer, is it? So we should be very happy that we can come down here at this time of the year and look at it. I saw some people swimming before. I think they've gone. They came out of the water and they were blue. Can't imagine what happened there. Anyway, we're down at the Beach Coma, which is a terrific restaurant down on the water at St Kilda Beach, owned by a couple of mates of mine, Steve and Jimmy, but it is a terrific place. I always enjoy coming here. And today, because they specialise in fish, I thought I'd cook a fish dish. It's a nice idea, isn't it? Actually, I am cooking a lovely fish dish. I'm doing it with pesto mash and a bit of brown butter. And I love this dish. I really do. First of all, the fish itself. Let's start thinking about, you can grill this, barbecue it, fry it. I don't really care. And I've got a nice piece of local groper here, so we'll just grab that. And I'll just flour that. I'm just going to cook one piece. So just flour that lightly. And we'll wait a minute for that oil to heat. And I'm cooking it in olive oil because I'm doing, as I said to you, a pesto mash, so you've got olive oil in that and parmesan and all those kind of things. So I'm keeping it sort of Mediterranean or Italian, really, aren't I, in flavour. Now, I've got some mash over here. Just come and have a look. When I say I've got some mash, I've got some potatoes that I've boiled. Nice floury potatoes boiled until they're tender, and I'm just drying those out a little bit, and then we'll start thinking about mashing them. But do dry them out, get rid of the water, because I'm putting pesto and parmesan, some fresh basil, a little bit of olive oil in it, a bit of milk just to mash them with, so I don't want to find that I've got all this water as well. There is nothing worse. Now let's just have a look, because it is windy here. Yeah, no, that's all right. It's all right, it'll sizzle a bit. That's all right. Now, next, some milk into our potatoes, and once that comes to the boil, we will think about mashing those. We'll also put some seasoning in. I did put I did put some salt in them at the beginning when I was cooking them. Some potato. That was interesting, wasn't it? So we'll put a little bit more, and some pepper, as I said, and we'll just wait for that. Get ready a few other things. We've got our pesto. Some bought pesto is fine with this, but I do add, as I said to you, the parmesan and the fresh basil. It just gives it a bit of new life, doesn't it? But you could use just the straight bought pesto, which there's some pretty darn good ones around, aren't there? All right, we'll just get our parmesan ready, freshly grated, please, 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 please. Right, potato masher will travel. Right, let's go. Now, of course, you can put it through one of those potato rices if you like. If you like it really fine. I don't mind it a bit lumpy. I'm a sort of an old school. I don't mind a couple of lumps in there. But one thing, don't ever, ever put it in the food processor because it comes out very gluggy. So do me a favour and don't do that. All right, I've done my exercise for the day. We'll turn off that heat, because we certainly don't want to scorch it. Sorry about the noise, guys, but you know, let me get the potatoes off my masher. And let's quickly just turn this. Should have a nice bit of colour there. It's coming along quite well. Right, now, the mash. A good spoon. Oh, maybe not quite that much, because I'm looking how many potatoes I've got there. I haven't got that many potatoes, have I? So a good spoon of pesto. Some freshly grated parmesan. Just stay there, mate, because I'm going to be back there in any second. Some freshly chopped basil and a bit of olive oil. So what we're just doing is we're taking our bought pesto and we're livening it up a bit by adding some fresh ingredients. Now, I'm quite a fan of bought pesto, but I still think, of course you can make your own. Let's not be silly, you can make your own, but I do think if I'm going to use bought pesto, I do like to add just some fresh ingredients. Just adds a little bit of extra oomph. And we like oomph. Really do. So just mix that together well. And if it's bright green, guys, you put too much pesto in. And we will have another look at our fish. Please don't overcook it. See, you can tell how it's cooking. Just have a look there, Wayne. See on the side? See that there is a slight raw line in the middle. When that joins up and it's sealed, that means it's cooked. Because always remember, biggest problem with fish, people do overcook it. And the reason they overcook it is they wait until it's absolutely cooked through, and it continues to cook once you take it off the heat source. So what then happens is by the time you serve it, it's overcooked. So it has to be just cooked, slightly opaque in the centre. By the time you eat it, it'll be perfect. I just made that up. It was quite good, wasn't it? No, I didn't. Oh, I'm in one of those moods today, aren't I? All right. See, it's nearly meeting. That fish is very, very, very close. So we can start thinking about serving our dish. First of all, good dollop of this pesto mash on our plate. Reasonably neatly. We will top that with a bit of fish. I'll just flatten that a bit because I don't want to obscure it too much. And last but not least, what I'm going to do, now this is optional because you could just sprinkle some olive oil over it, but what I'm going to do is make some brown butter, which just, brown butter means it's cooked so it is slightly nutty. Gives it a beautiful flavour. So that just goes into the pan. And what I will do, guys, I'll pour a little bit of that oil off. And I should have done that beforehand. Sorry. Right, just have a look here, Wayne, you'll see what I mean. See how it's browning? Just lightly. So you have to be very careful, you have to watch it, because otherwise, I'm sure you know what you end up with. You end up with black butter, which isn't what I want. Now, a couple of spoons of that over the top. A little bit more fresh parmesan. And that, my friends, is a glorious dish. Any restaurant would be proud to serve that, including the beachcomber. Cheers, guys. Just before I go, a little bit of a musical quote from Pavarotti. The reason fat people are happy is because their nerves are well protected. See you later. If you'd like